Hi there. Our top story on Indian Express Opinion Videos is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ongoing barnstorming tour of Europe. He is in Germany, Russia, France and Spain. And in Germany is Praveen Swami, Indian Express's strategic affairs editor, who is covering Prime Minister Modi's trip. The PM has met the German President Angela Merkel. And Praveen, my first question to you is, what is Prime Minister Modi looking for from Germany? What is the political significance, or is there an economic significance from this trip to Germany?
Take away from the Prime Minister's visit to Germany is the announcement that India will resume negotiations on a free trade agreement with Europe come July. Now, negotiations on this free trade agreement have been deadlocked since 2013, and German business leaders have been quite openly saying that they are very apprehensive about one particular component of this free trade negotiation, which would guarantee the security of their investments in India. It's called investor protection. If this free trade agreement goes through fairly quickly, and we've been hearing from some diplomats that it could now happen as early as a year, German businesses will be reassured, and hopefully that should pave the way for enhanced investment. The Prime Minister today telling German business leaders, particularly the Mittelstand, or these mid-sized often family-owned businesses that make up the backbone of the German engineering sector, that he wants them to come into India, that he wants to see a bigger German business presence, and the enabling framework for this now hopefully starting to take place.
Praveen, we know that the Prime Minister is keen on German investment in India, but how keen are the Germans themselves? What are they saying about conditions in India?
The Prime Minister's visit to Europe comes at a time when the continent is going through a huge phase of transformation. The European Union is finding that its relationship with the United States is no longer the rock-solid anchor it could count on, and it's very, very worried about what might happen with Russia, which is growling and threatening countries on its eastern periphery. The basket of countries Prime Minister Modi is visiting, Spain, France, Germany and Russia, three are of course in the European Union and share these common concerns. A fourth, Russia, is at the heart of these tensions. The Prime Minister with the three countries is going to be talking about trade, about investment, trying to get companies to come to India, but also about their geopolitical concerns and about what shape these countries would like the world to have and what role they would like India to have in it. With Russia, which is going to be the last but one country he visits on this tour, he will undoubtedly be talking about some of these same tensions and what he will be hearing from Russia about its side of the story on some of these complaints.
Now, I have a question for you on China's One Belt, One Road summit, which took place recently in Beijing. Now, both Germany and India have expressed their apprehensions about this. What are both leaders saying?
Germany's position on One Belt, One Road is a very complex one. Essentially, it's very concerned that China is using the infrastructure, or may use the infrastructure it creates under One Belt, One Road to overturn the multilateral framework of the WTO. Basically to sort of use this infrastructure and its control of that infrastructure to eventually overturn the rules of the international trade game as we know them. On the other hand, Germany is also worried that President Donald Trump in the United States is seeking to undermine free trade and to again undermine the international liberal trade order. So it sees these sort of twin threats and it wants to uphold the international liberal trade order, which is based on norms. It sees India potentially as a partner in this, India also benefiting from these sort of international liberal norms. And it's pitching this to India. Now, India has had its reservations on free trade over the years, but judging by the fact today that Prime Minister Modi has decided to go ahead with free trade negotiations in Europe, this might mean that Chancellor Angela Merkel has actually made her case persuasively to the Prime Minister yesterday and said that, look, either you come out and bat for the free trade order as it now is, or you're going to risk the Chinese running away and shaping the rules of the international trade game.
Thank you so much, Praveen, for breaking down the PM strip for us. That's all for now.